Hey girl, hey, welcome to the Behind the Beauty podcast. This is the podcast where you get to know all the tea about your favorite beauty influencer, your favorite makeup artist, and also your favorite entrepreneur, and we discuss everything about small business. I am your host, Glamrocs. On this episode, I will be interviewing Montrel Artistry. Yes, one of the makeup artists from Love and Hip Hop Miami. Stay to the end because we will also be discussing hot topics. Follow us on IG and on YouTube. I just wanted to let you know the first initial thought when I had about putting this podcast together, I thought about you. And I'm so pleased and blessed to have you on here. I'm going to go behind the gentleman tonight and introduce everyone to Montrel Artistry. So, Montrel, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, a first thing I would like our guests to know is Montrel your real name?
Yes, Montrel is my real name.
Okay, so it's not just a brand name.
It's not just a brand name, it's the real name.
Okay, so I noticed that you've been in this industry for how long?
It just hit 7 years.
Wow. How did you get into makeup artistry? How did you get into the beauty industry?
Well, funny story. I started makeup when I was 17 years old, when I was in high school. I was in the 11th grade, and I was in the dance magnet program. I went to Dr. Michael Crop Senior High.
Okay.
And as I stated, I was in the dance magnet program, and one day I just decided to pick up a brush. And I believe the first person that I watched, the very first person I watched to do makeup was B. Marie. And I learned how to
I remember her.
Yep. The first thing I learned was to do a cut crease. And then from there, I just continued to practice my skills on my family. And then, of course, friends in high school, we had a dance recital, I'll do their makeup, and I only charged them about $10. And, from there on forth, after high school, I started to take my business more seriously. I think my first gig was for a fashion show. It was a non-paid gig, but it was just to, network.
I know we all did some of those.
Right. And this was when my business started to hit off the roof, and I wasn't Montrel Artistry at the time. My Instagram name was called the Doll Factory, not the Doll Factory.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was called the Doll Factory. I'll never forget that. And from there, my business started to hit off the roof with girls who were in high school, because I specialized in glitter at that time. And I loved glitter at that time.
That was the craze back then. Cut crease and glitter.
I want to say in 2019, things started to shift spiritually for me. I gave my life to Christ late in 2019. And, how they always say, God got to break you down to build you back up. So
I know the process.
So the man Abba done took my clients from me. And from there, he gave me the name Montrel Artistry. And from there, that's when I started to get discipled in how he wanted me to work within the business that he gifted me.
Won't he give you a vision?
So, my business, Montrel Artistry, is more than just the makeup service. It's a ministry. Because I've had women sit in my chair who gave their life to Christ.
I love to hear how God breaks you down just to build you up, and then he gives you a vision and make it plain. What I like to do is talk to people, and people always tell me, how do you get people to open up to you? How do you get people to open up to you? I study human behavior. I love encouraging people. And because of, I'm sure you heard about it when God said, this is one of my favorite verses in the Bible. It is good that I was afflicted. If I wasn't afflicted and God didn't break me down to build me back up, I wouldn't be able to encourage the people that I encourage today.
Amen.
So I totally get that. But thank you so very much for telling us about your talent in the beauty industry. I see now that you also have worked on Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Yes, for 2 seasons so far.
Yay! And I know that there are great things in store for you. So much talent that you have, or anything else that you do other than makeup.
So other than makeup, as Miss Claudine probably knows me personally, she's known me since I was 17 years old, you guys. So she knows that I know how to dance my behind off. Not only do I know how to dance, I am a author. I know how to write. I can write poetry. Um, just as she says, I'm an encourager. And that's pretty much it, really.
Now, Montrel, I know you know how to dance. I know you can cut up a rug and you can also praise God. I know. I just want you to know, whenever the glass of wine comes out or champagne, it is time for a hot topic.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So one of the hot topics is, I know as Christians, it is very hard, especially in the entertainment industry, for us to be showcased. How has it been? Any difficult moments? How have it been for you being a Black male in the beauty industry, in the beauty construct? Have you faced any opposition?
I have faced opposition before, especially when it comes down to my belief in Jesus Christ. I've had clients um, who've asked me questions, or if I've dealt with a celebrity, and if I left them and I said Jesus loved them, or if we on a topic about God, they'll ask me a million and one questions. And sometimes they'll disagree, and sometimes they'll agree, and it'll just go from there. But I think that one of the main conflicts that I have received, and it's kind of funny, being that I don't really post myself on my makeup page.
You
A
don't.
lot of a lot of people come to me and they believe that I'm a woman. They'll be like, "You're not a woman, you're a man." So, and it leaves them excited because most women like to get their services done by men. So it's like, okay, I know I'm in good hands and I'm getting serviced by a man. Okay, bet. So
I have to say, men are very talented, and as women, being in the beauty industry, I know that we like to study our skill, but I know you guys work as a male. You work even 10 times harder to make sure that your work, your talents are equivalent to your female counterparts, so everybody can know, yeah, I am a male, but I still bring these bomb looks that you see here on social media. I do understand, for as a male, it can be a little hard. It can be, people can be judgmental. And I have to say that I love how, I guess also with you coming into Christ back in 2019, a lot of that stuff just rolls off your back now. And that is good. So let me ask you another question. And I've noticed that this has been a big problem within the beauty industry, and that is customer service.
Oh Lord.
Whew. Montrel. Montrel.
Yes.
I cannot tell you how a soon to be bride came to me, was very upset that she just left a look, Googled on IG, I think she said Miami makeup artist, and she saw my work, booked me like 2 hours later after leaving this lady's chair, and came to me and she's like, the work you see here, she was showing me her cell phone, and look at my face. I gave her a wipe off her face, and we did a bridal trial. Let's say it's booked. Have you ever heard similar stories from your client?
In the salon, it was like I was on my way to work, and I had got a phone call, and it was another girl on the side of the phone. She was crying, and she was like, "Montrel, may you please help me? I know you don't know me, but somebody they really messed up my face, and I
Look at
paid
this.
a ton of money." Like, and then when she came, the work didn't look the best. But I was kind enough to service her, to help her wipe off her makeup and to start over again. She loved her makeup.
I wanted to learn bridal makeup. I didn't even go and get trained by someone down here. I flew to Chicago. When I wanted to learn glam, I did Beat Face Honey. I went to Beat Face Honey. I drove way to Orlando by myself, 6 something in the morning, just to make sure that I made it to her class. When I wanted to learn like sultry looks, I went to Oh my God. I can't think of her name right now, but she came over here down to Miami, and now a person has a degree or certificate. Anybody can print that out off of Canva. People are canceling on people last minute.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that type of situation?
Yeah, okay, I understand that, things happen. But I'm a person where I believe there's a way around everything. So even if, let's say, something came up and the person is at 5, and that's something that came up is at 5 o'clock, and it just happened last minute, you can ask your 5 o'clock, can they come at like 3:30 or 3:30 or 3 o'clock, just so that you can make it to whatever engagement you need to go to at 5 o'clock.
Because life is going to happen. Things are going to happen. And one of the things that I do is I look at other makeup artists that kind of do similar work to mine.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that my clients always complimented me on is the way their skin look, right? Mm-hmm. So I also have 3 to 4 makeup artists in my arsenal. You're one of them that I keep around just in case I am not around, or I'm traveling, or I'm out of town, or I have another gig, that I know that my clients will get great customer service and a great service. Their makeup application will be great. So I look at other artists that I have a great relationship with, that I know that my clients will be just fine. And every time I refer someone to you or to the others, they're very satisfied. They're very satisfied. They tell me about your customer service. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime.
They tell me about your skills. They told me how they loved talking to you and how they look. So I thank you for always being a talented makeup artist about working on set. Say to another makeup artist up and coming, or another makeup artist who would like to get more into editorial or would like to get into production.
So, and I'm pretty sure, as you just said, you worked in production as well. So as I tell everybody who asks me this question, some people believe that it's very stressful. It can be stressful, but it can be fun at the same time, depending how you take it. And I always tell a makeup artist, at the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about the talent. If you messed up on something, you gotta hold it in and continue to do what you do, make your money, and leave.
Been in a situation where you kind of felt unsafe?
Okay, so thank God so I attend a ministry where we do evangelism a lot. And right now, for the past year or so, we've been doing street ministry in Opelika, and right on Alibaba, where the area. So going to street ministry whenever I can, or just being in that type of atmosphere, has put me in a place to know that God can send his children into the dark places to bring people out.
Absolutely.
So that is always my mindset. I don't really necessarily, because when I'm on set, I'm in work mode, like it's tunnel vision. I don't really focus on what's going on around me. Of course, these are people, they're not, they're in the world. They didn't get their lives over to Christ, so they may be on the side outside smoking weed, or they may have drinks and they come up to you, do you want to drink? And, kind of say, no, I'm okay. And whatever God, leads you to speak, you just speak. But other than that, when I'm on set, my tunnel vision is like this. I have been on set where, as I said, I've ministered to people, whether if it's someone on the camera crew or if it's talent. So it's just as God leads, really. But I think it just comes to a point where, as a son or a daughter, where you just have to have that confidence and know who you are in Christ to not feel comfortable when he does send you out.
What is in the future for Montrel? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So, as some people know or may not know, I am engaged. So, and by the way, Miss Cuddy, my fiance, she says hi.
Hi.
So, we got something planned. It's coming really soon. So that's where what's what we're working on right now in the midst, just trying to get things finalized. So just some things you just have to wait to see.
I am so excited. I am so very excited about what God is going to do in your life, what God is going to do in your life as a married couple, the businesses that you guys are going to have, and the way that you guys are going to impact this world. I know that you had very humble beginnings to come into this industry, and I know that you had to prove yourself 10 times over as being a Black man within this industry. So I am so happy to know and to see what God's going to do. I'm going to support everything that you do.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it always.
I would love my guests to also follow Montrel. I'm going to tag everything below, and we're just going to have to just process this and follow and encourage him in everything that he does as a young Christian male. Montrel, from the moment I met you, I know you were a king. I know you were talented. I saw your future. And I just want you to know I'm so very proud of you.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate
So
it.
very proud of you. I support everything that you do. I will support everything that you do in the future with yourself, your fiance, and your union. I will support anything that you do. And I'm so proud to see how you got it out the gutter. You did this yourself and you got to where you are. So I look forward to supporting you and what God is doing in your life and what God is doing in your business.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Claudine.
You're welcome.